All right, let's go. Go ahead and find the end of your mat. And we will just start by rolling our shoulders like we always do. Good. And now I just want you to take one hand forward and one hand backward and then circle. One hand forward, one hand backward. If that is not as easy as you thought it would be, it is okay. Good. We're going to switch directions. One hand forward, one hand backward. One more time. And take both hands up. Soft fold down onto your legs. And walk back to downward dog. And find your plank. Chaturanga to up dog. Tuck your toes and go to downward dog. Step forward with your left leg. Come up to high lunge. And put your hands on the floor. Go back to downward dog. And we're going to come forward with our right leg and come up to high lunge. Hands to the floor. Step all the way in and straighten that spine. Inhale, standing extension. Exhale and fold. Bend your knees, lift your gaze, unhinge. Come up into high or mountain pose. Take a breath and bring the hands into prayer. Inhale. Exhale, soft fold. Bend the knees. And now lift into standing extension. Exhale and fold. Walk back to downward dog. And find your plank. Chaturanga to up dog. Back to downward dog. Lift your left leg up to three-leg dog. And now step that left leg right between your hands. Come up to high lunge. Put your right hand on the floor. Revolve your lunge. Both hands to the floor. Turn your right foot and come up to warrior two. And come all the way down, back to downward dog. Take your right leg up to three-leg dog. Push that left heel down. Look forward, step forward with your right foot, and come up to high lunge. Left hand to the floor, revolve your lunge. Turn your left foot and spiral up to warrior two. Both hands to the floor. Step into standing extension. Exhale and fold. Bend your knees, lift your gaze, and unhinge. Take a big breath. Coming into mountain pose. Inhale up. And soft fold down onto your knees. Inhale, standing extension. Exhale and fold. Step halfway back with your right foot. Unhinge all the way up. Put your hands on your hips. Press your hips forward. Try to look up at the ceiling. And now inhale. Turn to your right and exhale. Left hand to the left foot. Look up to the right. Hands to the floor. Step back with your right foot and come up to high lunge. And let's twist our lunge here. Look over that left shoulder. Sink that right knee just a little bit if you can. And open that up, turning that right foot into warrior two. Straighten your legs. Come up to reverse triangle first. Right hand on the back of the right leg. Strong legs here. Reach for the ceiling. Exhale over to triangle. Turn toward the top of your mat. Step back to downward dog. Come to plank. And Chaturanga Up Dog. Good job, guys. Knees apart, feet together, child's pose. Come up to tabletop. And here in tabletop, just cat, cow. Sink down into cow. Take a big inhale. Feel the rib cage expand. Exhale up into cat. Inhale there. And all the way back down. And all the way up. Good. Lift into downward dog. Step forward with your right and then your left. Inhale. Standing extension. Exhale and fold. Bend your knees, lift your gaze, unhinge, inhale up. Exhale to prayer. And inhale. Soft fold down onto your legs. Lift into standing extension. Take a breath. Exhale and fold. Now step halfway back with your left foot and unhinge. Roll the front of your body open. Hands go to the hips. And then take a breath. Right hand goes to the right foot. Both hands to the floor. Step back with your left. Come up to high lunge. And let's twist that lunge. Look over that right shoulder. Sink the left knee a little bit more. And then spiral open into warrior two. Straighten your leg. Up we go to reverse triangle. Press through both feet. Reach for the ceiling with that right arm. And now inhale as you hinge over. Push that left hip away. Exhale up to triangle. Turn toward the top of your mat. Step back to downward dog. Find your plank. Chaturanga Up Dog. And tabletop. Again, sink into cow. And up into your cat stretch. Back down into cow. And up into cat. Good. Toes together, knees apart. Child's pose. Bring yourself back to downward dog. Inhale as you lift. Exhale as you push the heels down. Look forward with your right, with your eyes, and step forward with your right. Then your left. Inhale, standing extension. Exhale and fold. Bend your knees. Lift your gaze, unhinge. Take a breath. Back up into mountain pose. Bring the hands into prayer. Good job. All right, let's lift our right leg behind us, and you're going to reach for your leg with your right hand. So right hand, right foot, lift through the spine. Now you can just grab your foot normal and keep your knee pointing to the floor. You can also reach to the arch of the foot. Thumb is going up toward the ball of the foot for Lord of the Dance, dancer's pose. Push your foot away into your hand. Push your heel away from your hip. So I'm not just deliberately leaning, I'm actually lifting. The lean just is kind of a counterbalance that just anatomically happens. Good. From here, we're going to set that right foot halfway back. Take a breath up. Good. And now we're going to take our next breath. Sink into your back hip. Bend your back knee. Inhale down. Exhale and sweep up. Inhale down. Exhale and sweep up. Your heel or your foot can come up here. If you want to leave it down, you can. Really try to sink into that back hip and pull the front hip away from the front heel. 2 more. Good. From here, bring the hands into prayer. Take that front foot and just walk it a little wider. Now take your back leg and walk and take it straight back to where it is. It's still turned out. Should be in a wider stance here, warrior 1. Let your hands come behind you. Ooh. It's a problem when your mat starts slipping. Good. Think about using your core here to pull your hips and your shoulders toward the top of your mat. Go ahead and straighten your legs. Inhale, extend over the front here. Add the arms over your head or keep your hands on the floor, whatever you need to do. And bring your hands to the floor. Good. From here, take your left leg up into 3-leg dog. Now bend that left knee. We're going to broken triangle. Push your left out to the right to 3 o'clock. Turn onto the sides of your feet and open up. Broken triangle. Push all 5 fingers down and come to plank. Chaturanga Up Dog. Good. Now from here, take your knees out wide. It's okay if you want to sit up a little bit first. My knees are still going towards each other. I'm sorry, my feet. are still going towards each other, but I want to get my knees as wide as I can. I'm not going to push myself forward. I'm going to keep my weight pushed back. So it's a wide child's pose. Good. Walk that in to your tabletop. Good. Take a breath. Come up to your left rotation here. Left arm up. Exhale. Thread through. Thread the needle. Hips are right over the knees now. Bring the hands right under your shoulders. Tuck your feet. And we're going to go to three-leg dog. Lift your left leg up. Step forward with your left, halfway with your right. Now you're going to take your left hand, put it behind the calf of your left leg. Grab your right foot, and now push that right leg up to the ceiling. Gaze is at the back of your mat. Good. Release. Standing extension, feet together. Exhale and fold. Bend your knees, lift your gaze. Enjoy some shoulder rolls. Take a breath. Hands come into prayer. Good. We're going to get our balance here in our right leg. And we're going to reach down. And again, you can grab the top of your foot or take that hand to the arch of your foot. Think about pushing your heel away from your hip. And from here, take that left foot halfway back. You may want to turn the toes out a little bit. Inhale up. Exhale into prayer. And now inhale, push down. Exhale up. Reach back through the hip. Feel that stretch go all the way into the spine as you lay the rib cage towards the right leg. Inhaling down and exhale up. You have one more. Bring the hands behind you. We're going to take the right foot out a little bit. Step back with your right or left foot rather. And find your warrior one. Hips and shoulders facing the top of your mat. Bend that front knee. And straighten your leg. And now dive over the center. You can leave your arms behind you, put them on the floor, or lift them behind you, whichever you need. Good. And we're going to go to a lunge. Take your right leg up to three-leg dog. Then we're going to go to broken triangle. Feet are going to turn to the side. Put that right leg through to 9 o'clock. Push down through both or all 5 fingers. And to plank. Chaturanga Up Dog. And we're going to go into our wide child's pose. So take those legs out wide and then ease the heart to the floor. Bring yourself up to tabletop. And we'll take a big breath. Lift the right arm up. Take a breath. And thread the needle, right shoulder to the floor. And bring yourself back to tabletop. Take your right leg up to three-leg dog. Step forward with your right, halfway with your left, and you're splitting your fold. Now that right hand reaches behind the right leg. Pick up the left foot, standing split with leg grab. And take a breath. Step in, standing extension. And unhinge. Come up into mountain pose. Good. Take a deep breath. Come to prayer. Inhale. Soft fold. Bend your knees. Really let that spine hang. And now inhale, standing extension. Exhale and fold. And you're going to take your right leg back and then put your right knee on the floor. Good. Now, just a little bit of movement here. Keep your right hand on the floor. We're going to revolve, but that's not really the point. The point is some hip strength here. So you're going to take a breath, exhale, lift your lunge, and revolve. Now sweep it forward and then set your knee down. Inhale, lift your knee and rotate. Sweep forward and set your knee down. Inhale, lift your knee and rotate. Sweep forward, set your knee down. Two more. Lift your knee and rotate. Reach, set it down. One more time. Lift and rotate. Reach forward and set it down. And we're going to come up to kneeling lunge here. Take your stance a little wider for balance. Reach up. Really focus on the forward of your hips here. Exhale, leaning, kneeling mountain, go right under your shoulder. If you can reach the floor, great. If you can't reach the floor, just keep your hand on your hip. You're focusing on pushing your right hip away. And now bring the hands to the floor. Relax your hip and let yourself go to the blade of your foot. So you're kind of looking at the underneath of your foot here. Good, bring that back to the floor. And now all I'm gonna do is take that left leg and bend it so that I can sit under it into pigeon. Walk your right foot further back. Have a seat on the hip if you need to modify there. Good, try to be tall here facing the top of your mat. And slowly descend if you want to. Think about lengthening here, not just rounding the spine. Take a few moments to notice your breath. And walk yourself up. Tuck that foot and just bring yourself to tabletop. Good. Now we're going to put our feet together and our knees together. So instead of a wide child's pose, we're going to do a narrow child's pose. Now the knees don't have to touch if that's not comfortable. And I want you to just ball yourself up here. I like to put my forehead in my hands. You can put your forehead on the floor. You can lay your hands beside you if you'd like. Good. Now come up to tabletop. Good. Now we're going to do frog pose. If you need to take yourself to, sideways on your mat, you can. So go ahead and walk your knees out wide as they'll go. Keep them in line with your hips. So we're not pushing backward. Once you get there, look back and pull your feet wider than your knees. Heels are wider than your knees. You can stay on your hands here, drop to your elbows, or even put the heart on the floor. Good. Bring your hands under you to bring your legs back to tabletop. Hands to the floor. Lift into downward dog. You can take a little walk there if you want to. And we're going to step forward here with our right leg and set your left knee down. So then we're right there at the beginning of our salutation again. Good. Get ready to rotate. Inhale, lift your knee, exhale and rotate. Reach forward and set it down. Inhale, exhale and rotate. Reach forward, exhale, set it down. Inhale, exhale, lift that knee and rotate. Reach forward and set it down. Inhale, exhale and rotate. Reach forward, set it down. Inhale, lift your knee and rotate. Reach forward, set it down. Last one. Inhale, exhale and rotate. Reach forward and set it down. Go ahead and bring yourself up into your kneeling lunge. Again, take your stance wider for balance. And we're leaning to the right. Push into that left hip. Both hands to the floor. Relax your right hip. Just let yourself fall open onto the side of your foot. Keep pushing forward into your hips. Keep your shoulders rolled out of your ears. You can drop to the elbows here if you want to. That's not happening for me. Not today. Good. And now take your foot, pull it in, reach back with that left leg, setting yourself up for pigeon. Take your time, get where you need to be. And when you're ready, lengthen that body out. Imagine pushing an invisible yoga mat right underneath that space between your legs. So you're pushing down. And just breathe. Bring yourself up and just slowly make your way to tabletop. And we're going to do that narrow child's pose again. Let the hips slide back toward the hips. Good. And now we're going to do that frog one more time. Take your knees, get them out as wide as they'll go, in line with your hips. And then we widen out with our heels. Keep your hips over your knees or in line with your knees. You feel that press forward. I feel like you can go a little further this time. And walk that in. Good. Tuck your feet and go to downward dog. And then walk your feet towards the top of your mat. Inhale, standing extension, last standing fold. Take a breath. Exhale and fold. Good. Roll yourself up. Bring your hands to the back. Open up, looking at the ceiling. Think of this as like a standing up dog. Find that same lengthening of the front of your body. Good. And take a breath. Exhale the hands into heart center. Good. From here, we're just going to go straight down and have a seat. And let your feet come together in our bound pose. Sit up tall. And then exhale. Keep the chin off your chest. If you'd like to fold forward. Good. Sit up tall. Now I'd like for you to take your legs and cross them. Left leg in front. Put your left leg in the front. If you'd like to do half lotus, put that left leg on top. Come to heart center. Take a breath. And we're just going to fold over center here. Sit back up. Take a breath. Now turn toward your top knee. That should be your left. And you're just going to hinge over. It's like you're going to set your forehead on your knee. Keep both hips on the floor. And sitting back up. Go ahead and switch your legs. So now your right leg is in front, or the right leg can be on top. Take a breath, hinge forward. And sit back up, take a breath, and over to your right. Keep your left hip on the floor. And come center. Just roll yourself back. Take a breath. Walk your legs out as far as they'll go. Walk your hands above your head. And just take a second to squeeze everything. Inhale, let it go. Good. Walk your feet back up and then get your knees over your hips. And you pick, we're going to drop to one direction and then look at the opposite. And slowly make your way the other way. Come back to the center, put your feet down, and as you walk them out, walk your hands above your head, stretch again, squeeze everything, point your toes, take a deep breath, and let it all go. We're just going to find our rest pose from here. So, whatever works for you today. Really try to spend these next few minutes just listening to the quiet around you. If your mind starts to wander, that's okay. Just let those thoughts come and go like waves on the ocean, just coming in with the tide and going back out. Begin to feel your body in contact with the floor. Just enjoy some deep breaths. When you're ready, join me seated. Good. And I'm sitting with my legs out straight today. You don't have to. And just let your head fall from side to side. And just let your chin hang down. Feel the back of your neck rise toward the ceiling. And let the crown of your head reach for the ceiling. Take a deep breath. Exhale into prayer. And another deep breath up and then back down. And God bless you guys. Namaste. Have a great day. And I will see some of you guys on Wednesday. I'll see some of you on Friday. And I'll see some of you for both.
Kelly,